Hello and welcome to the Yay or Nay series. So if you don't know what this is, allow me to explain. This series is made to find the most agreeable Fighter's Pass. So how will we do that? Simple. Once a week, I will dive into one character specifically, and we will end up talking about that character's series. We'll talk about their potential popularity, around the world, maybe show some stats or whatever, like game sales, kind of, gauge interest by that. Maybe talk about a little bit of relevancy, like when's the last time they had a game that was released, and then even go over some potential moves for their moveset. Why not? So overall, this is going to be a fun little series, so down in the comments, this is where you guys come in. This is a big part of the series. Down in the comment section, please tell me yay or nay. It's that simple. Yay or nay. Yes, you want to see this character as a part of the Fighter's Pass, or nay, you don't want to see this character as a part of the Fighter's Pass. And please be decisive and clear about your vote. If you give me something along the line, and people do, and it's hard to tell what you're actually thinking, but people leave comments like, I like this character, but I prefer this one. So I don't know if that's a yes or no. So I mark that as an undecided. Please be clear when you're voting, yay or nay. Start your sentence, start your paragraph, start your comment with yes or no, yay or nay, one of the two, and then go into what your feelings are. All right. Otherwise, if I can't tell, then I'm just gonna mark it as unsure. That's how we do this. Yeah, this is that's how we're gonna figure it out. And nothing more to say than let's get into today's character. All right, you guys know the deal. Update time. Let's run through all the characters very quickly. Starting with Crash Bandicoot, who is now at 98 total votes, 84 yeses, 12 nos, 2 unsures. Crash now has 85.7 yes to no ratio. Then Dante has 77 total votes, 53 yeses, 21 nos, 3 unsures, coming in at 68.8 yes to no ratio. Then Master Chief now has 87 total votes, 69 yeses, 15 nos, 3 unsures, giving him a 79.3 yes to no ratio. The Knight from Hollow Knight comes in next with a total of 105 votes, 64 yeses, 36 nos, 5 unsures, giving him a 60.9 yes to no ratio. Following up him, we're moving on to Gino, who has 121 total votes, 74 yeses, 43 nos, 4 unsures, gives him a 61.1 yes to no ratio. After that is Bandana Waddle Dee coming in with 115 total votes, 84 yeses, 29 nos, 2 unsures. Comes out at a very even 73%, even though that's an odd number. I meant even because there's no point anything. Anyway, 73% for Bandana Waddle Dee. Then we have Spyro, who now has 91 total votes, 69 yeses, 18 nos, 4 unsures, and Spyro is at a 75.8 yes to no ratio. After that is Jonesy from Fortnite, who has 125 total votes, only 28 yeses, 94 nos, 3 unsures, and he's at 22.4 yes to no ratio. After that is Shantae, who has 175 total votes, 143 yeses, only 26 nos, 6 unsures. Shantae is at 81.7 yes to no ratio. After that, we got Sora with 126 total votes, 94 yeses, 25 nos, 7 unsures. And that rounds out to 74.6 yes to no ratio. And then we move on to the big guy himself, Heavy Weapons Guy. 103 total votes. Had quite a bit of votes this time. But 103 total votes now. 60 yeses, 42 nos, 1 unsure. Gives Heavy a 58.2 yes to no ratio. After that is Waluigi, who now comes in at 98 total votes. 65 yeses, 33 nos, 0 unsures. And he is at a 66.3 yes to no ratio. And now moving on to the character from last week, which was Rayman, who has 116 total votes. Check that out. A lot of votes. 93 of those were yeses. 20 of them were nos. There were 3 unsures, but Rayman starts off very strong at an 80.1 yes to no ratio. Now we move on to today's character, which is Rex and or Pyra and or Mythra. Now, most of us know Rex, he comes from the Xenoblade franchise, all right? So we also know that, well, Rex didn't happen to make it as a playable character into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate due to the development cycles between Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate not lining up well with each other, which Sakurai did mention in the November 1st, 2018 Direct when talking about the Rex Mii costume, which happened to be a bonus for purchasing the entirety of the Fighters Pass Volume 1. So yeah, it did seem like Sakurai would have wanted to add Rex into the game. It did seem like Sakurai took a liking to Rex and how he could potentially play. So kind of due to that, what Sakurai kind of stated with Rex, a lot of people started to assume, and never assume when it comes to Smash Bros. I've learned my lesson. But Sakurai, when he stated that, everyone started believing that if Sakurai has his way for Smash Bros. DLC, well, Rex is going to be a surefire character, right? Well, we got all the Fighters Pass 1, no Rex. Then they announced Fighters Pass 2, yes, more DLC. And we have 3 characters so far, Min Min, Steve, and Sephiroth. Still no Rex, so it's kind of like, okay. Again, we do know that Nintendo is the one that kind of approached Sakurai for DLC and say, hey, can you make this into a character? So maybe Nintendo just wants nothing to do with Rex and Smash Bros. As a playable character. Or at least as a DLC character. Maybe he's not on their list. I don't know. Speaking of a list, we'll talk about that in tomorrow's video, but that'll be a good one. But yes, we do still have 3 more open slots, which is great for Fighters Pass 2. So honestly, who knows which kind of character could happen? Rex could be the very next character for all we know. Could we get another Nintendo character? Maybe. Could we get the next 3, the final 3 characters? Could they all be third party? Yeah, that's a possibility. They could all also be first party, like I was just saying. But you never know. That's the thing. That's the beauty of Smash DLC. You never know who's coming. And if you're willing to put a bet on Smash Bros., well, then you're just kind of, don't do that. I definitely learned my lesson about betting on Smash Bros. Ain't going to do that again. But anyway, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, right, was actually one of the first major first-party titles that were revealed, or that got revealed for the Nintendo Switch. And, well, it was one of the first major first-party titles to be released on the Switch as well. And it was a great way to kind of determine if the series was kind of big enough for Nintendo to, kind of turn it into one of their, I don't know if you want to say once a system cycle or once every few years kind of, a series that they can continuously put out and know that it will sell this, it will do this much. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was coming off of we'll say the disaster of the Wii U with the Xenoblade Chronicles X, right? That one, we could blame it all on the Wii U, right? The Wii U didn't sell the greatest. The Xenoblade Chronicles X game didn't sell that well either. Again, it was all on the Wii U. So shift focus to the Switch and look at these sales numbers here. So the first sales number I have for you to look at these numbers were as of June 2018. All right, and at that point, that had been roughly 6-7 months since Xenoblade came out, which was great because the game sold over 1.4 million copies in its first 6-7 months. That's pretty dang good. That's pretty good, right? So here's the kicker. It actually made it the best-selling game developed by Monolith Soft. So, things were looking great, right? And now here's another updated stats one. This one was as of, I think, June 2020 or something. Either way, this is like 2.5 years after the game released. It is sitting at, or at least at that time, it had surpassed 2 million copies in sales. That's pretty dang good. That's pretty good. I think, that's kind of very reassuring for Nintendo to be like, all right, yeah, this is a franchise that we could, that I think we should continue doing something with. And hopefully going into the future, they continue giving it a little bit more love like it really deserves. It really does. So, moving off the sales numbers, I think it's time to briefly mention just a couple attacks that Rex could kind of come with if he were to be an actual playable character, not a Mii costume, but an actual playable character in Smash Ultimate. So I think the first one I'm going to touch on, this one, I don't know, neutral special or a recovery type of move. like a tether grab, tether recovery, whatever. Basically, it's his anchor shot, and I think this could fit well as a special move somewhere. Maybe neutral special, but either way, this it's exactly what it sounds like, an anchor shot, right? Rex fires off this small anchor that's attached to his arm, so the anchor would then latch onto an opponent. The anchor pulls in that opponent to Rex, and then if you hit the attack button again, Rex will do a quick sword slash and, follow that up. So it's a cool thing, or again, you could use it as an up special to help him recover, give him a little bit more range when recovering. So it's got different uses, which is really cool, and kind of gives him a nice little, I guess, a projectile to kind of play with, which is always good, right? It's always good. Now, the next one, this one's, oh boy, this one I will dive a lot deeper into once we get to Rex's DLC potential video, because I do not have the amount of time for this video to go over the exact way that I envision this move happening. So for down special, I'm going to say it's going to be called I think it's Blade Change or Blade Switch or something like that. Basically in Xenoblade, depending on the blade that gets chosen, this move is used to pull up like a selective wheel. When you first input it in Smash Bros. I'm sorry, let me get this correct. When you implement this move in Smash Bros., a selective wheel will pop up and you will be able to choose a different blade, thus bringing out a new weapon, but it also brings out a new friend for Rex to team up with. So here's the idea for Rex. The entire time you are playing as Rex, but when you select the type of blade that you want from down special, he will have a different member, a friend in the background of the stage, kind of helping him out a little bit, making him a little bit stronger, getting that little that connection that they have in the Xenoblade games. So again, the way this works, you use down special, the move pops up, and say, for example, here's the one I'm going to focus on the most right now. Say you want to choose Mythra, all right, or even Pyra. Pyra will be the default one that you start with. But if you wanted to choose Mythra, all right, Mythra and Pyra present the same blade to Rex. So what is the purpose of having two different characters if they're only going to be the exact same weapon for Rex? Well, Rex, when he has Mythra, he can only choose Mythra, say if he, I don't know, how do you want to put this? Once he reaches a certain percentage, like in the Xenoblade games, Mythra will only appear kind of at certain times. So kind of to tie that together. So like when Rex is a little bit more in trouble, then Mythra is able to be selected. But until you reach, again, we'll say 75%, all right? If it's 74.9% of your health and lower, you can only choose Pyra. But if it's above 75, then Mythra comes out. What's the difference between Pyra and Mythra? Mythra makes Rex superiorly more stronger. So she's like your ace. She ends up becoming like Arson for Joker in a way, making the attacks more powerful, making everything like she is the best option. But you cannot start with her until you reach that mark. Again, I want to go into this a lot more, but this move is a mouthful. This move is a handful. This is a really big move. So I'm just going to leave it at Blade Switch. I hope that made sense, and let's just move on to the next attack, which I'm going to go with forward smash here. I think this would be a good place for it. I believe it is called something like sword bash, or bashing the sword. I think sword bash, sure, we'll work with that. But basically, you can see this, Rex basically stabs his sword forward, and then I think, just like in the game, if you attack the opponent from behind, I think this move would deal more damage, because it doesn't Shulk's move, his backslash, do that? If you hit the opponent from behind, doesn't the move deal more damage? So that's kind of the exact same idea with this forward smash. So yeah, that one is so much more easier to explain than down special. But that is all that I'm going to show for moves, because he's got quite a bit. He has a lot else I could show, but I don't want to make this video into a half-hour thing. So anyway, that is going to be it for this one. So for Rex, I say potential-wise, he looks incredible. The idea of having this character that can be powered up differently with the blade switch, the moves, right? Depending on which blade he has out, will deal, it's kind of like Shulk's Monado arts. Like, different blade might make him a bit more stronger, for like smashing, or maybe he wants to like kind of. I'm trying to compare this to Shulk, so it makes a little bit more sense. But Buster, it does more damage, but there's not a lot of knockback. Depending on the type of blade that you have, that's kind of the effect that down special will cause. So yeah, anyway, I think he's got a cool projectile to play with Anchor Shot, great combat skills, and he could become more powerful, the higher his damage is, if you choose to have Mythra out there by your side. So, yes, for me, Rex, I love the potential, I love the uniqueness, kind of how he could play. So, Rex, for me, absolutely gets a yay. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, yay or nay. Please be decisive. Or unsure. You can always say unsure. But that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.